find GarageBand in your dock, and when you launch it, it'll either come to this screen or it'll actually load up a previously recorded file. If it does that, go to the file menu and start a new file, and it'll bring you to this screen here, and you want a new project over here, and just launch a piano file. And right away it asks you, well, where do you want to save this? So I'm just gonna, for now, just save it on the desktop, but maybe you want to create yourself a new folder down here on the left and put it somewhere so you have all your files together. So let's just call this Mr. Macchio's Great Song, and hit return, and it sends you to this screen here. I'm going to hit the green button to go all the way maximized. And so GarageBand has loops that you can use up here on the top right and so on, but we're going to worry about inputting drum beats or drum sounds. So the first thing I need to do is click on this on this track for grand piano and go down to the bottom right where it says I for information, and we're in the software instrument, and you're going to select a drum kit. I'm just going to select one, let's see, call it the hip hop kit. And right away there's no way for me to hear what it sounds like until I go to the window menu and say select the musical typing. Now what that does is bring up this keyboard, like a piano keyboard, that if you see right here, there's all the keys are labeled. So if I hit a K, it sounds like that. Okay, so as I hit different keys, I get different sounds. So I'm gonna go an octave down because I want the C1 octave. That's kind of important because on drum kits, A, or the C key on a piano, is always a drum or a bass drum. So if I go down an octave, it brings me to the bass drum. And S and D in this case, or the D and E key on a piano, happen to be snares. Right, and so you can just play like that. And the F sharp on a piano, or T on this keyboard, is the hi-hat, and the Y as well. And so on. Now I need to record, and I just need to record something so that I get a little sequence box in here. You'll see what I mean in a second. So if I hit record, and if I'm going to play a bass, a snare, and a hi-hat. And that's it. I'm going to hit stop. And if I move this over here and I press play, you'll hear what I just played. Okay, so great. Well, how do I make a drum beat out of that? So I'm going to close this musical typing window and double click on this sequence window so that it brings up this editing portion here. And if I scroll up and down, I can find those 3 notes in the C1 octave that I selected earlier. And I can click on these notes. I can actually move them around too. And I can see my division of beats here. So I can even zoom in on the bottom left, which I'll actually do because we're editing this. And if I zoom in to this level, you can see that this is beat 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that'll be important because now I'm just gonna make these notes similar length. It's not crucial for a drum note anyway, and what I want to do now is take this note and copy it so I have, let's say, a bass drum on each beat. So I'm going to hit the option key and hold that on the keyboard, and now I'm going to click and slide over to beat 2 and do that again and do that one more time. So now I have a bass on each beat. Okay, it's going to sound like dance music. And now I want this snare to be on the half beat, like this. and I want one more of those on the third half beat, like beat 3.5. And then the hi-hat, actually I'm going to shorten the hi-hat, and I'm going to put it, these are going to be fast hi-hats. There's all beat 1. So not to, we don't want that fast. So I'm going to delete every other one. And now I want that for every beat. So I'm going to select all those 4. Hit copy in the edit menu here. I'm going to put my needle where I want to paste them. Go back in the edit menu and say paste. Paste again. And paste one last time. So now I have 4 beats. Alright, so pretty basic beat. And now that I have that, I can just bring this window down here. I don't need to edit that. This little scissors icon brings that up and down, so I don't even need that right now.